Imagine hitting 10,000 followers in just 30 days. No more shouting into the void, just pure explosive growth, total financial freedom, and the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Sounds kind of like the usual guru garbage, doesn't it? Let's step back. If you're in IT or engineering, you know the systems with 100% times output usually have hidden costs or high failure rates. Today, we're deconstructing the Rise Guide ecosystem, not as a fan, but as a systems architect. So they have a claim that you can gain 10,000 followers in 30 days. This is a mathematical anomaly. To hit it, you need to add 333 followers per day. On a new account, linear growth is impossible. This isn't a marketing problem. It's a probability problem. Now, before we start, this is about the growth app, not the Old Navy denim fit guide. If you're looking for high-rise jeans, you're in the wrong terminal. All right. Now, most creator education fails because of what we call the application gap. You buy a $200 PDF, you read it, and do nothing. Static information has a 3 to 13% completion rate. It's technical debt for your brain. So the Rise Guide positions itself as a third wave tool. It's an interactive mobile application that treats audience growth as a behavioral modification program rather than a lecture. It's a system that you follow. Now, this system is built on something called distillation. They claim to have compressed 5,000 hours of expert data into micro lessons. It's an abstraction layer, taking complex behavioral psychology and turning it into a daily to-do list. So let's look at the architecture. The audience growth journey isn't standalone. It relies on two separate subsystems, charisma training and intelligence training. If the content is the payload, you can think of charisma as the delivery mechanism to get it there. Both are required. All right, so why charisma? Because in an algorithmic feed, retention is the only metric that matters. If you can't hold attention for 60 seconds, the algorithm kills your reach. Charisma is just high bandwidth communication. It's what the algorithm is designed for. All right, phase 1, days 1 through 7, internal calibration, or as they put it, getting out of your own way. In engineering terms, this is removing friction from the source code, removing obstacles. So in order to do that, they use CBT-style reframing to neutralize social anxiety. That's cognitive behavioral therapy. Most people fail because they fear judgment. Rise Guide treats this as a bug to be patched before the first post goes live. Now, to solve the generic advice problem, they've integrated over 500 AI personas. If you're a baker, you don't need a generic hook. You need a gluten-free, high-retention hook, something focused on your specific niche and the problem you're trying to solve. All right, let's talk about phase 2, the content factory, days 8 to 20. This is where the templates come in, scripting frameworks, hook cheat sheets, and batch recording routines. This is about reducing cognitive load by having pre-prepared materials that you can just apply. So in order to hit the target of posting every single day, sometimes 1 to 3 days, 3 times a day, you need volume. So that's their plan, posting 1 to 3 times per day. Without batching and templates, a solo creator will hit burnout or a system crash within 10 days. They provide the system in order to enable you to actually get that much out. Now the reality check. Reddit is full of scam-busting rhetoric. They argue this information is free, and they're right. But the information isn't the product here. The structure is. Now, if structure is the product, you have to look at it this way. You can find the specs for a jet engine for free too. That doesn't mean you can build one in your garage. So the Rise Guide is selling the assembly line, not just the parts. In addition to the knowledge, they tell you how to actually get it put together. So phase 3 is algorithmic optimization. This is days 21 to 30. This is the sprint. You're no longer guessing. You're iterating based on the data from the first 20 days. You're taking that information, you're crunching it, you're trying to figure out what happened. So here's the math. You won't get 333 followers every day. You'll get maybe 10 a day for 3 weeks. And then, if the system works, one video hits 1 million views and converts at 0.5%. Realistically, this is a lottery ticket strategy. By using charisma training and viral templates, you aren't guaranteed a win. You're just buying more tickets and improving the odds of each one. But you're doing it with volume. All right, well, let's talk about the risks. Okay? Subscription fatigue is real. And if the algorithm shifts its weight from retention to originality, these templates could become technical debt overnight. Now, but for the beginner, sometimes the psychological return on an investment is often higher than the follower count. Users report clarity and focus. In a world of infinite distractions, a prescriptive path is a high-value asset. It takes out the thinking and the churn and the stress and the anxiety. I mean, so let's break this down. Is it a scam? Well, if you define a scam as selling a structured version of free information, then every university on earth is a scam. If you define it as a system that fails without user input, well, then every gym is really a scam. The Rise Guide ecosystem is a bet on human discipline augmented by AI. It's a 30-day sprint designed to trigger a viral event through high volume, high retention output. That doesn't mean it's going to be successful for everyone, but it's a structure in order to get there. So if you're looking for a magic button, keep looking. But if you're looking for a framework to operationalize your growth, the logic here is sound. The question isn't, does this plan work? The question is more about, can you execute the system without crashing? All right, that's it for today. Stay objective, guys. We'll talk soon.